EA Games is sold to Saudi Arabia and Donald Trump's son-in-law. The prices for Xbox Game Pass are going through the roof, causing cancellations. Some people are connecting the Fortnite emote for Peacemaker to German World War II symbols. And Magic the Gathering is yet again canceling players for their political beliefs. This is the Marks on Media News Roundup. Let's get into it.
Marks on Media.
EA Games has been sold for billions of dollars to Saudi Arabia. That Park Place reports. Electronic Arts has agreed to a record-setting $55 billion private buyout led by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, PIF, Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners. The deal, expected to close in fiscal Q1 2027, will take EA off the public market at $210 per share. CEO Andrew Wilson will remain in charge, and headquarters will stay in California. But the sale raises cultural questions. EA has long promoted DEI initiatives in its branding and games, yet it is now owned by investors from a country where same-sex relationships and gender nonconformity are criminalized. The contradiction has fueled debate over whether EA should soften, censor, or abandon its social messaging under new ownership. Beyond the cultural clash, the financial structure of the buyout adds more trouble. EA will assume $20 billion in new debt, raising fears about how the publisher will balance its commitments. Leveraged buyouts leave the acquired company carrying the burden, and with EA's uneven track record in recent years, the risks are high. If major franchises underperform, cost-cutting measures are inevitable, and history shows that studios like BioWare are the first to feel the squeeze. Already weakened by the commercial failures of Dragon Age the Veilguard and past flops like Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare is at risk of layoffs, reducing budgets, and even closure if upcoming projects fail to deliver. For fans, the stakes are clear. Franchises like FIFA, Madden, and Battlefield may survive relatively unscathed, but the future of beloved RPGs like Mass Effect 5 is in jeopardy. Under financial and cultural pressure, the game could see scaled-back storytelling, recycled assets, aggressive monetization, or worse, cancellation. What was billed as one of the biggest business deals in gaming history has become a cultural and creative crossroads. EA's sale isn't just a milestone transaction, it's a turning point that could redefine the game's direction, expose the gap between corporate slogans and investor realities, and determine whether BioWare lives on or becomes another casualty of debt and ideology. Do you think this is good or bad for the future of Electronic Arts and gaming in general? Let me know down in the comment section. Xbox Game Pass pricing skyrockets as gamers cancel their service in droves. That Park Place reports. Gamers are furious after Microsoft announces the steepest price hike yet for Xbox Game Pass. The Ultimate tier will jump from $19.99 to $29.99 per month, a 50% increase that blindsided subscribers. Even the PC and console plans are rising, while only the core plan stays at $9.99. Fans say that the best deal in gaming has become unaffordable, with many canceling en masse. The backlash was so intense that the official Xbox cancellation page reportedly overloaded within hours of the news breaking. Microsoft argues that the added perks like Ubisoft Plus Classics and more day one releases justify the higher cost, but many gamers aren't buying it. At nearly $360 per year, Game Pass Ultimate now costs more than a console within 3 years. Online, social media is flooded with cancellation screenshots, memes, and anger. With Xbox already lagging behind PlayStation and Nintendo, this move feels like corporate greed at the worst possible time. Once hailed as the Netflix of gaming, Game Pass may now stand as a cautionary tale of how fast fan trust can be lost. Are you canceling your Game Pass, or do you think it's still worth it and you'll pay that price? Let me know down in the comments section. Fortnite is altering their Peacemaker emote after concerns over offensive symbolism. At Park Place reports, Epic Games and Warner Bros. Games have clarified that Fortnite's Peaceful Hips emote was never intended to reference any World War II-era German themes, following backlash after perceived similarities to Peacemaker Season 2's storyline. Epic will modify the emote's choreography in the next update and allow players to return it without using a ticket. The companies emphasized the resemblance was coincidental and not a creative choice. However, fans remain skeptical due to the timing and context. The controversy arose after Peacemaker revealed a Nazi-dominated alternate reality, making the emote's movements look like a swastika when performed in sequence. Historical parallels, including a 1943 Donald Duck short using similar choreography to mock Germany, fueled suspicion. While Epic's update addresses Fortnite's side, the incident highlights the risk of partnering with edgy creators like James Gunn, whose work often courts controversy, forcing brands into delicate image control. Is this over the top? Is everyone just taking credit crazy pills who actually gave a crap about any of this. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section. Magic the Gathering is at it again, banning players for wrongthink. Former Magic the Gathering champion Joe Brennan has reportedly been banned from the upcoming 2025 North American Eternal Weekend tournament, allegedly due to his history of wearing a Make America Great Again MAGA hat at events. Tournament organizer Card Titan issued a general statement reaffirming its commitment to maintaining a safe, fun, and inclusive environment, saying that attendees who engage in conduct detrimental to those values may be removed or banned. While no direct mention of Brennan was made in the official statement, sources and community discussions quickly identified him as the player in question. An open letter signed by numerous Magic players, some supporters, others critics of Brennan's politics, condemned the ban as unfair and lacking due process. The letter noted that Brennan, the 2019 North American Vintage Champion, was informed just 2 weeks before the event that his registration had been canceled and his entry fee refunded. According to the letter, the only explanation provided cited multiple reports about his behavior in 2024 with no further details given. Signatories argued that even if his choice of apparel was controversial, Brennan deserved a clear explanation and consistent rule enforcement rather than what they described as opaque political discrimination. The decision has sparked widespread backlash across social media and gaming circles. Commentators including Tim Pool, Jeremy Hambley of The Quartering, and game developer Mark Kern, aka Grums, have denounced the ban, calling it an example of political bias within Wizards of the Coast and its affiliates. Boycott calls and a Change.org petition urging Hasbro and Wizards to intervene have gained traction, while others defend Card Titan's right to set behavioral standards for its events. The controversy has reignited long-running debates in gaming about the balance between inclusivity and free expression in competitive spaces. I think this is Wizards of the Coast giving in to their absolute worst customers yet again, but that's been a thing with them for over a decade. Let me know how you feel about all of this down in the comments section.